Howdy race fans, welcome to my little show about racing I call In the Pits with me, StockCar Scott, each week here on the YouTube when I feel like it during the racing season. Last Thursday, Dale Jr. won the first of the Can-Am duels, and that made me very happy. The Toad won the second race. So while the second race was on, I watched Mike Skinner, y'all remember him, in a late model race at New Smyrna, Florida, on fanschoice.tv. Then Friday there was NASCAR Xfinity practice as well as practice for some of the Cup teams that had gone to backup cars. Also, there was qualifying for the trucks where my Alabama homeboy Grant Enfinger put his Silverado on the pole for the evening's race. Later, while watching the Camping World Truck Series, I also watched more of the World Series of Asphalt Racing at New Smyrna, Florida on Fans Choice TV. I saw Derek Thorne finish 4th and Kevin Thomas Jr. finish 10th. Cody Stickler won the Florida Modified feature. In the truck race, a kid from Maine, Austin Terrio, who used to run for Junior, ran well in the Brad Keselowski Racing number 2 F-150. The first use of the caution clock lived up to its name by causing a caution. Seems NASCAR didn't consider all of the unintended consequences of their new rule. And you know, we still ended up missing green flagged laps during commercials. So after other wrecks that happened, Johnny Sauter, not really a favorite driver of mine, won with his new number 21 team. I was happy that Johnny had gotten the Chevrolet Silverado, its first Daytona truck race win ever. Saturday, I slept through Ty Dillon capturing the pole for the Xfinity 300-mile race there at Daytona in the number 3 Bass Pro Shops Camaro. Later, Ty led the field to the green for a really, really good race. If you didn't see it Saturday, you missed a really good race. The last lap came down to a great finish by Joker Logano in the number 22 Discount Tires Penske Mustang, banging all the way through turn 4 into the eventual winner, Chase Elliott, in the number 88 Tax Slayer Junior Motorsports Camaro. And they beat and banged all the way to checkers, folks. Left a big dent in the back of Chase's quarter panel. But after the battle, the winner, Chase Elliott, was a class act. You know, I couldn't say so much for the guy that came in second. Saturday evening was the last night of the New Smyrna Speedway's World Series of Asphalt Racing on fanschoice.tv. As he had already done several times during the week, Ty Majeski in his number 91 iRacing Ford Fusion won again in the late models for a total for the week of 3 wins and 3 second place finishes to be champion of this year's World Series of Asphalt Racing. Sunday was the big race. Everyone thought Dale Jr. had the car to beat, but they still had to run the race, with the exception of my brother Richard's favorite driver, new driver there, Chase Elliott. Except for his crash and spin and crash there, things went okay during the first part of the race, with Dale Jr. leading some laps early. But those Toyotas of Joe Gibbs Racing and number 78 of Martin Truex Jr., that's kind of like a satellite team of theirs, worked together to keep the Chevys and Fords away from the front all day. Then with about 30 laps to go, Dale Jr. went and spun all on his lonesome in almost the same spot in turn 4 as Chase Elliott's earlier spin there. And that was the end of Dale Jr.'s good day and his really good car that he had. The Toyotas went on to win with 4 of the top 5 slots, going to the cars with the sign of the devil on the nose. Kevin Harvick, my brother Jamie's favorite driver, was the only non-Toyota in the top 5. The best Chevy, and the best Chevy overall. But Happy gave little Denny Hamlin a massive push in the backstretch on the last lap that probably won him the race. Matt Kenseth almost wrecked throwing a block on his teammate Hamlin, and Truex, riding on Hamlin's inside, made for a great finish of only a foot's difference, 12 inches after 500 miles of racing in a great American race for the closest finish in 500 history. So, congratulations to little Denny Hamlin on the big win. That made my old Waterboys cohort, Nick, there very happy. And after all that they spent helping the France family with Daytona Rising, I hope Toyota feels that they got their money's worth. Next weekend is Atlanta and low downforce, so tune in Saturday for both the truck and Xfinity races on FX1, and the Cup race is also Sunday on FS1. And just finding out that Ty Dillon is going to run in Tony Stewart's number 14 Bass Pro Shop Chevy, which kind of makes sense because they have the same sponsor and everything. Hopefully, Dale Jr. can get out of the 36th place finish hole in the points that he dug for himself there in Turn 4 at Daytona when the series visits there to Atlanta, a favorite track of Junior's. We will have to get up early again Sunday in order to see the race, because it's there in Georgia. Okay, let me get me a drink. Okay, big news for my favorite regional big-time racing series, the West Coast late models. They have announced a couple of big-time sponsors for the upcoming season. First up, West Coast Late Model Rookie of the Year competition not only has a plethora of upcoming talent, but also a new title sponsor of Mid-Columbia Dermatology Clinics to create the new Mid-Columbia Dermatology Rookie of the Year Challenge. And 8 rookies looking forward to the challenge include Trevor Flora of Easton, Brooke Schimmel of Woodland, Mike Blakely of Yakima, Derek Ball of Kennewick, Max Schroeder of Tacoma, Mike Brooks of Tumwater, Jamison Armstrong of Grandview, and Ron Morton of Yakima. 8 rookies, race fans. 8, count them. Some tracks can't even get 8 late models for a feature on a Saturday night. So just think how big the field's going to be with 8 rookies and all the other racers. So it'll be great. At season's end, the Mid-Columbia Dermatology Rookie of the Year Challenge winner will receive a trophy and a sizable cash award. Second and third will receive cash awards as well. Another new marketing partner for the West Coast late models announced this week for the 2016 season is Atomic Screen Printing and Embroidering. Y'all know these guys, the folks under the grandstands at Yakima Speedway that sell t-shirts and caps. So hopefully this means that race fans will be able to show their loyalty to a great Northwest racing series soon. But the really big deal is this contingency sponsor will have a special dash for cash for teams on championship night that competed in all of the 8 prior races, with big cash payouts for the top 3 finishers. It's a really nice deal, race fans, and it gives incentives for teams to run the entire season for the West Coast late models. Other sponsoring partners announced for the West Coast late model season are Custom Fab with the Custom Fab Freaky Fast Award at each of the 9 points races. There's also Joe's Racing Products, as well as Street Rods Unlimited, and the series title sponsor, Betterall Auto Sales of Yakima. But in another big-time racing announcement, Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea has joined the West Coast Late Model Series as a co-title sponsor to bring the points fund purse up to a whopping $10,000. So, if you want to see local and regional racers this season race hard for trophies, glory, and big money, you should be pleased that by the Twisted Tea Better All Auto Sales West Coast Late Models Series. And as I was recently reminded, it is not a limited late model series, but they do have rules to limit the super damage that can be done to a car owner's pocket. But there are no limits to the late model racing excitement and fun. So join me this season. Yep, I'm ready for local racing to start, but first, the Winter Showdown in Kearns County, California, which I probably won't be seeing. The NASCAR Western Swing has to happen, along with the first Formula One Grand Prix of the season at Surfers Paradise, and then Easter weekend with no racing whatsoever. Then we finally get racing back up here the day after April Fool's Day, so don't be a fool and miss any racing. I will be trying to keep you apprised here on what's going on, because that's what I do, because I'm StockCar Scott, and this is In the Pits. And thank you very much for watching this week, race fans. Please click on again for another episode next Wednesday here on YouTube, if I feel like it. Thanks again, race fans. See you next week.